Sawatdee Sabaidi, are you all ready with me? Actually, it's midweek, so it's actually not too loud. When I was here a year ago, I don't know, actually I think it might have been a little bit more towards high season. Because every time I came down here about 3-4 times, and every time I came down, admittedly though, was a lot later than what it is right now, even though it is midweek. Yeah, this road, this street, this walking street as it's called, yeah. Pattaya has walking the street. Same as Phuket, same as Bangkok, same as Chiang Mai. There might be a few other cities, but not many other cities that have walking streets. It's mainly the major tourist destinations that have a walking street. And ordinarily, the music is so loud and it's just so disorientating. So actually coming down here at this time with it not being as loud is really nice, because you can actually hear yourself think, whereas quite often when you come down these places, one bar or one nightclub is in competition to see who can play the loudest music. And when you're then walking down the middle of it, to me it's just sensory overload. There's just too much going on, you know, and I can't handle it personally. When it was like that last year, I literally walked straight down the middle, or say straight down the middle, just walked straight down to the very end, did a video, and then basically braved it after a few minutes to compose myself to come back down the other way. Like I say, it's midweek right now when I'm making this recording, and it's about 7-8 o'clock, something like that, so it's very early still. As you see, there's literally nobody about at the moment, no live music being played anywhere, and even these nightclubs, I think I've never actually been into any of them, so I'll just sneak a peek through the opening as it's open at the minute. So yeah, I've never actually been in any of these nightclubs. The problem being is I'm always, and I'm sure I'm not alone when I say that. I'm sure lots of guys have come down here, and obviously knowing exactly what this place is about, and then they've braved the coming down to the walking street, and if they've done any sort of prior knowledge, you know, any prior research, they'll know about buying girls drinks and such like, bar release fees, things like that. The bar release fees when you start getting involved with the girls. I mean, that's not an overly important issue too much. You kind of know where you are with that side of things. But what you don't know where you stand is when you walk into these nightclubs, how much the drinks cost. Is there like an entrance fee? And quite often what will happen is, and this is for the simps, the newbies, basically if you are not aware, as soon as one of these female, shall we say, companions comes to join you, that is almost guaranteed to be chargeable to some extent. And that has happened to me, not this time around, because I'm obviously a lot more aware of it than I was 20 odd years ago. But it can happen in the most unexpected places. So just be aware of your surroundings, who's joining you, who's talking to you. Is there an expectation that the person that's come to join you for a drink is just, being friendly and wants to, say hello and just chat normally, like a normal situation? Or is it actually a transactional encounter? Because that happens a lot in Thailand. It's pay for play, basically. Anyone who tells you any different is deluded. It is a massive pay-for-play country. They absolutely do not care about Westerners at all. Not one little iota. So don't be thinking it's the land of smiles and everything's happy, and you know, people get their ass handed to them in this country every single day of the week. Some of it is because they get themselves into situations that they wasn't aware of. All manner of reasons. Just don't be one of those people that come to Thailand fallen into, let's say, the love traps, the relationship headaches that you can have. Just basically plug in and play. Don't get involved. Don't get into any relationships, and do not delude yourselves for any time whatsoever that you found yourself a good one. Sooner or later, it will be poor this, poor that, no money. Brother, sister, auntie, uncle, mother, father, someone will be ill. And you're stupidly, and I'm being harsh when I say that, but it's true, you stupidly are then forking out money. Oh, really? Oh, I can afford that $300, whatever, it's nothing to you. Yeah, stupidly, because they get it for free. They don't need your money. Thailand is not a third world country. Thailand looks after its citizens. Thailand provides medicine free for its citizens. Especially when you come from the UK, you've got this, idea that, there's two systems. There's basically the UK system, where basically we pay into our national insurance and our healthcare is typically kind of free after that. Or you think along the lines of the American system and Australia and pretty much everywhere else, where it's insurance based. So, and obviously the Americans think that way because that's the system that they use. They're probably not aware of the UK system and the NHS. But anyway, or any Westerner for that matter, it's only really probably other Asian nations that come here that realise that Thailand has this system because they are within the same hemisphere. So, yeah, you guys out there that are forking out, helping out, you don't need to. There's absolutely no need ever to help anybody out in any circumstance in Thailand, unless you're a Westerner, then obviously it's different. But for any Thai person, you don't need to help them. They get free healthcare, especially from the poor and impoverished and all that kind of stuff. They might not get the best care, but they get care. So don't let the old heartstrings be plucked to fall into that trap of being the generous soul, because it's little money to you. The actual fact is, 9 times out of 10, it's probably bullshit, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that person whatsoever. And it's absolutely, in my opinion anyhow, at least 90% guaranteed that it's just a ploy to start the ball rolling, to find out what sort of person you are. Because if you don't cough up when someone's ill, or kind of let that burden affect you, even though it's nothing technically really to do with you, but because you're with said person, you feel the need to help out because it's little to no money to you. So, when you come to these places, just realise that you are an ATM machine. That's all you are. In the very, 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 very rare circumstances, you may possibly find someone who truly does love you, and it is possible. I would never say it's ever going to be possible for a elderly person to come here and get with somebody half his age or a quarter of his age and expect that to be actual real love. You're deluding yourselves. There's absolutely no way on this planet that a 20-year-old female is interested in a 60, 70 or 80-year-old man. Not one little bit. All she'd be interested in is your money. And she'll have a boyfriend stashed away somewhere, a Thai boyfriend, and you'll think, oh, I don't care that she's got a Thai boyfriend or a Thai husband. I got more money, I got more to offer. She does not care. She will just take every single penny from you until you bled dry or until you wake up. And then, when the shit hits the fan, she'll be out of there, she'll be gone. That's right, she'll be gone. You will not see her for dust. Village marriages do not mean anything. And you cannot own land. You can own property, you can't own land. So in other words, your partner can own the land that the property is built on. I'm making a video, love. So yeah, you can see you can own land, but you can't actually, you can't own land, but you can own the property that is on the land. And there's ways of obviously building houses and such, like where you put it in a business name. So any of you guys who do fall in love, I was planning on coming in here tonight, but it's dead as a dodo. Maybe not. Yeah. And you guys who do come out here and fall in love, set up a business, get yourself some partners, and protect yourself. See, that's the thing. It's all about laziness, lack of knowledge, and too much trust. Basically, there's a lot of guys that come in here trusting these women that you think you're helping, you're supporting, you're basically giving your knight in shining armour. And they'll just take advantage of your generosity. I've yet to meet a Thai person who has rejected a helping hand. You know, you offer a tip, they'll generously take it. You know, you offer somebody on the street money, they'll take it. I mean, I've given money to people who they're struggling. And then I've offered to help, and they'll openly take it. These people in Western culture, in the UK, I can't really speak for anywhere else, but we've got this kind of way about us that, well, firstly, money issues, money topics aren't normally something that are like a day-to-day topic. We generally don't talk about financial stuff in the UK amongst ourselves. You know, something you keep to yourself. I'm sure America's probably the same, a place like that, but Thai people happily give you the sob story over and over and over again, because it's trickle feeding you. It's just that little bit of, and it won't always necessarily be the person that you're actually, with. It'll start off by, my mum, my dad, my brother, or the cow's sick or something like that. Shame this isn't very busy tonight, because I was looking forward to going in there, but I suppose I'm thinking it's so cool because it was the weekend when I went past, and it was pumping. It was pumping. And it's clearly a Westerner that owns, isn't it? Because he was here the other day looking like he owns the place, and he's back here again today. So it's either the manager or the owner. The guy in the corner in the black shirt. Oh yeah. It's very sedued. Sabugu. Yeah, it's very quiet tonight. There's not much going on. Like I say, it's midweek. It's relatively early. Show you the prices. Look, 200 about for a small, 250 for a large and extra large. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah. That's your problem, China lady. So yeah, it's all fun and games when you come to Thailand. I know I sound very pessimistic. I sound very bitter. I haven't really had my arse handed to me as such. I've not really had my fingers burned because I'm a very, how should we say, I'm very suspicious of people and their reasons for doing and saying certain things. And luckily I've learned to speak Thai, not fluently, but enough to kind of get the gist of what people are saying around me. And making people lose face when they basically are not talking very nicely around you. You need to watch for that. And of course most Westerners don't learn the language, so they don't realise exactly what's being said. And you have to be careful of that. Because Thai people, even though they're very deceptive and very exploitive of you and extracting money from you and tugging at the heartstrings and being actresses, that's the thing. Just get into the mentality of thinking this one thing and this one thing only. Thai women are actresses, yeah? And just have that mindset. They're actresses. They're acting. Yeah? It's all an act. How they act when they come working in Pattaya, it's a show. That's not necessarily the real them. They're here serving the public, putting on an act in the hope of finding many sponsors. The only time they'll settle for one person and give up everything and be what we would expect in the West as being a loyal, faithful, settled down partner. Only time that would happen is if you are absolutely, completely minted. You're wealthy beyond the average amount. So you're in, say, the upper 10%, the upper 1%, you're in the highest wealth category. And then, yes, she will adore you, she will give you bedroom activity and be your best companion and lover until she's got exactly what she wants. And if obviously you're a young man, that can last for many years. Yeah? If you're young, well, probably get a copyright job, but I'll walk through this bit as quickly as I can. Oh yeah. The young wealthy guys, obviously those stand a better chance of actually hitting the jackpot. And when I say hitting the jackpot, I mean, the young girl that you find actually will get an emotional attachment to you. These old guys, and I'm in that category too, I'm 51 now. The older guys come out here. I mean, if you're with a lady of your own age, yes, you could potentially get that connection, that bond. But when these older guys, these pensioners come out here, And Pattaya, my God, I knew that it's a mecca for a lot of pensioners, but it wasn't until today we've actually properly started looking and observing the kind of the demographic that comes here, and there seems to be kind of, I mean, there's obviously many categories and demographics of people that come to Thailand and Pattaya, but to my mind there's like, say, three main categories. Now you've got the Asian, so you've like your Chinese, your Japanese, your Koreans that are coming here. And yes, there is young men that are doing that, or young groups of men that are coming in from those places. But also you get families vacationing from those places as well, and tour guides, lots of tour guides from those places. So they're not really, I mean, obviously the single guys that aren't coming in groups, that they may be looking for the nightlife, shall we say. And then obviously you get the Westerners. And when I mean like the Westerners, I mean like American, Australians, English, Europeans. And then you get the Russians. So now with the Russians, I think they're here at necessity to some extent. I'm sure a lot of them, you know, Thailand was probably on their travel plans, or, you know, some of the, you know, like a bucket list place that they wanted to come to. And then, you know, the Russia-Ukraine thing kind of kicked off, so that kind of forced a lot of young families to seek safety in a country where it's not overly expensive to live. And obviously Thailand, this relatively straightforward visa system and such like, was a, you know, it was a good call for them. And plus obviously Russia and Thailand very much in bed with each other, so you know, Thailand actually welcomed the Russians with open arms. So that's my kind of the three demographics that I think are here. I mean, there might be more, I mean, there might be, there is clearly a lot more demographics than that, but just be careful, guys, when you're frequenting these places, what you get yourselves into. Just be warned.